Hey everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve, and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now, in our last episode, making an EVA foam Keyblade Part 2, we knocked out the rest of the build. We built this whole end of our key, we wrapped our steel dowel, we did our whole key detail up on the front end, we did our little recessed spots here, and bam, we knocked out the medallion. Which, you know what that means? That means now in this episode, making an EVA foam Keyblade Part 3, we're going to seal this monster and we're going to paint it up. And as you can tell, we're going to paint it all distressed and weathered looking, and we're going to get in there and knock out a bunch of scratches and stuff. We're going to battle damage this thing up, and we're going to weather the medallion as well. So, if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. All right, we're out at the spray booth, ready to coat our prop. Always wear a respirator. All right, there we go. We've got our medallion coated with a couple layers of Plastidip, and we have our Keyblade coated as well. And you've seen us do this many times before. You just take your time, you hit it from all different kinds of angles because you have to get underneath everything and on top of everything and all the edges, all the inner edges. So you just take your time, hit it from every different direction you can hit it from until you get it all coated. And then you slowly just keep doing it again until you get a couple layers of Plastidip on there. And looking good. All right, now what we could do is, even though we covered this with black Plastidip, you can also go in and paint it with black acrylic, because you've seen us do that. And when we put black acrylic over the black Plastidip, it's a really deep, rich black. You don't have to do that if you've coated it with black and you're okay leaving it with the look that the black Plastidip has, then there's really no reason to paint it. Sometimes you want it really rich, really deep black, and then you can paint it, but for this, we're not going to. For this, we're going to start painting all of the gold parts. So we're coming in with our 14 karat gold. All right, here we go. Now we're just going to come in with our brush, and we're going to all right, there we go, just like that. Beautiful. Just take your time, go around everything that's got to be gold. All right, there we go. See that? We put our first layer of gold down in that area. We're going to let it dry, then we're going to go in with a second coat just to build it up. Now we're going to just keep going. Let's spin around. All right. Nice and easy, just like that. All right, there we go. We've got one layer on all of our little inset pieces. Perfect. And we'll just keep moving. All right, there we go. Just keep going as we've got in here on the handle, down in these recessed areas, the rivets, and these little recessed areas here. So we went through the whole piece. We got a gold layer all the way around. As soon as that dries, we're going to go over it and start adding up on the layers so that it smooths out the color. All right, there we go. We've got a second layer here and here, and as you can tell, it starts to fill in the color, make it a lot more solid. All right, look at the difference between here and here. This is with one layer of gold. Notice how it doesn't really adhere very well when you first put the first layer down, sometimes. But then here, we let it dry and we started putting in the second layer, and look at the difference. That's really starting to fill in nice. Look at that. Very cool. And also what you do too is you go in different directions. Like the first coat, we went this way across the whole thing. And the second layer, we go this way. We cross hatch. This way on the first layer, this way on the second layer. All right, there we go. We've got 2 coats of our gold on everywhere. All right, now we're going to come in with our black. All right, that's repaired there. Let's see, do we have any around here? Ah, now on this side we've got some too. All right, now we're going to get out our silver. We've got the top portion painted. Now we're going to give it a couple minutes to dry, then we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the back side. And if you do. All right, and as you've noticed, we're using the sponge brush, so it's not going to get all the way down in some of the crevices, which is okay because we want it to have that kind of dirty look. We've got the front side and the back side done. Okay, now we're going to begin to stain up our gold pieces, and we're going to use the technique we've used before. We're going to come in with our brown and our black. Put some brown down and some black. We're going to put a little bit of water in here, not a lot. There we go. That's some muddiness right there. All right. And we're going to come in. We're going to dab it just like that, and there we go. Look at that. Just like that. Look at that. That is nice and dirtied up. Wow, very cool. All right, just get a couple little spots like that. Then we're gonna smear it like that and dab it. Smear it and dab it, and look at that. Leave some kind of big spots. Man, is that nice. Nice and dirty. All right, there we go. Look at that dirty handle. That's pretty nice. All the gold parts are dirty. All right, now we're going to come in with our bright green. It's okay to just use a little piece of paper towel. We're just doing a tiny bit here. And we're going to come in and we're going to get our gem painted green. That's it. All right, there we go. Covered in green. Now we're just going to let it all dry. Then we're going to stain it up with our brown and black water mixture to dirty it up and make it look kind of cruddy and grimy. All right, here we go. We're going to come in with our medium gray. There we go. Let's get some. Smeared it in there like that. See how we're getting like a tone change in here? All right, let's get some more in here like this, like that. And then we're gonna smear it around. All right, now we're getting a nice kind of like oxidized feel here. Look at that. Wow, is that sweet. Look at that. Very nice. Man, I like that look right there. You just kind of loosely, be a little bit organic. Don't be too organized with your pattern. Just gonna mix it up a little bit, dab it around just to get it to soften up. Wow, that is really nice. Look at those slight tone changes in the black. All right, there we go. Look at that. We've got that slight gray, oxidized sort of look on a bunch of the black there. See that everywhere? On both sides, look at that. That's a really nice look. Just enough to where it looks oxidized and a little bit discolored. Very nice. All right, now we're coming in again with our medium gray, and we're going to use the technique that is our favorite technique, and that is, we're going to get some paper towel out. We're going to get our chip brush. We took a chip brush, the same kind that we used for our wash that we put on, but we cut off the bristles really super short so they're super stiff. And we're going to come in, we're going to get paint on here. And then we're going to come into the edge. And we're going to come in there, we're going to hit that, and we're going to make some scratches. Just like that. Just going to come in, hit some edges. Look at those beautiful little scratches. Look at that. That looks legit, like some banged up metal. You just hit the edges, and with that cut up chip brush, holy smokes, look what we get there. Little hits like this all around here. See that? All along there. Now it looks like it's been banged off on all the corners. Look at that, how simple that was. We oxidized the black a little bit by going in there with the light gray and dabbing it all around some spots to make it look kind of oxidized and weathered, and then we went in with our dry brush and we hit all the edges all around with scuff marks. Look at that. spin this around. Nice, look at that. That is a sweet weathered Keyblade right there. That's got some battle damage on it. Really nice. Gadzooks, that's cool. And easy. You can totally nail this kind of paint job. Distressing it is super easy, and you can't mess it up because you're making it dirty and cruddy. So if you go a little bit too heavy in spots, so what? It's cruddy, man. All right, now we're gonna weather our medallion, and we're gonna use the same technique we used. Just gonna get a little bit of brown and a little bit of black, and we're gonna get a little water in here. All right, there we go. There we go, just like that. Now we're going to come in, just like that. Look at that. All right, there we go. Let's get a tiny little bit more right there in the middle, just like that. See how we do that? We just put a few dabs on there. Just so we can get it just like that. All right, there we go. Look at that, aged up a little bit. Perfect. Let's actually do a couple more little spots, right? Leave a little residue on there. That is nicely weathered. Okay, so what we've done is we're going to attach our chain to this piece on the back of our Keyblade. So what we did was we took two really thin pieces of neoprene cord and we stuck them together with super glue. And we're gonna fold this around and we're gonna stick it on the end so we can make a ring out of it. And we're gonna use this ring to attach the chain to our Keyblade. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to get some super glue on the end of our and we're going to go just like this and we're going to attach it together. See that? And we're going to hold it. All right, see that? Look at that. Super jamming. All right, piece of cake. And then we're going to come down to this end and we're going to do the same thing and we're going to attach our medallion on the end. Put some super glue there right in the middle. Just like that. And see how we stuck them together? Just going to give it a minute to bond. Get a little bit along the whole cord there, and we're just sticking the two pieces together. All right, there we go. See that? Two of them stuck together. Now those are... All right, now, there we go. That's... Line up the ends together like that. We're going to hold it for a minute while it bonds. All right, there we go. We're going to get some super glue underneath, just like that. We're going to bring this around and we're going to stick it to the bottom side of this loop right here, just like that. All right, there it is. See what we did? We came inside here and we stuck the neoprene tube to the inside of the hole so that this ring does not move around. That ring is going to stay right in place. The chain can move around, but the ring will not. That's weathered on there. We've got it hooked up with a neoprene cord to our chain. Our chain is hooked up by a neoprene cord to the back of our Keyblade, and then of course we have our totally awesome weathered up and battle damaged Keyblade. And with that, that brings our Keyblade build to a close. All right, there it was. Nice and easy. The paint job was just as easy as the build. You saw how easy that was? We went in with our brush, we painted all of our gold areas, we went in with our brown and black acrylic with some water in there, we mixed it up to create our weathering mud, we slopped it all over, dabbed it off with a paper towel, then we came in with some of the light gray, smeared that around in some spots to make it look like it's kind of oxidized. Then we came in with probably my favorite painting technique, and that's the dry brush. And we came in and we hit the edges of the black and made a bunch of scratch marks on there, which turned out sweet. Love it. Turned out great. Super easy. And that's it. That concludes making an EVA foam Keyblade Part 3. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Ooh, yeah. Thanks for coming. See you next time.